There we go.
Absolutely.
Wow, what a night, what a night, what a night, and what a day. 2 days of celebration. We got today. There will be no work done in
2 years of celebration. No,
today. None at all.
Not.
Nothing will get accomplished.
But unbelievable. Yeah, let's take a look at that forecast. It's actually going to be fairly chilly out there as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Weather, of course, brought to you by Hood North Lake Chevrolet in Covington, and actually chilly out there this morning, although I doubt many people.
So not going home, they are still partying. And you know what? It is going to be a party today, especially out at the airport. We don't know when the team will return to Armstrong International, but we do know that they're going to hold a news conference this morning just about 8:30 in Miami, and then they'll probably board their return flight not long after that. So it's likely they will deplane in Kenner sometime early this afternoon.
And you're looking at video of them leaving, actually, when they went down to Miami. Kenner police say they will probably close down Bainbridge Avenue. That's the access street leading to the team's arrival area. Fans will most likely be forced to gather along Veterans Boulevard in Kenner to greet the team. But stay tuned to ABC 26. We'll give you more information about the team's homecoming just as soon as we get it.
Well, the season, of course, ended with a big bang last night. A lot of emotion, a lot of tears of joy. ABC 26 Sports Director Ed Daniels has details for us this morning on the Saints' big Super Bowl win.
Head coach Sean Payton called for the onside kick to start the third quarter. The Saints recovered and turned that gamble into a 16-yard touchdown pass from Drew Brees to Pierre Thomas to take a 13-10 lead. The Saints trailed, then grabbed the lead again in the fourth quarter on a Brees 2-yard touchdown pass to Jeremy Shockey. 2 minutes and 30 seconds later, Tracy Porter stepped in front of a Peyton Manning pass and returned it 74 yards for the touchdown. That wrapped up the city's first Super Bowl title.
When I got here, everybody was pretty high on Tracy, and one of the things they talked to me about was they didn't know how tough he was mentally. He was my whipping dog early. As you know, CT had been around practices. I was brutal to him in the spring. I was brutal to him in training camp, and I started easing up on him. Once the season started, he started making more plays.
The Saints defense made Peyton Manning throw the football quickly. It was another great game plan, formulated by coordinator Greg Williams and executed by his underrated Saints defense.
Who that nation? Y'all been behind us since day one. We told y'all we was gonna bring y'all to Lombardi.
How difficult is it to win just one Super Bowl? 14 of 32 NFL clubs have yet to win one Vince Lombardi trophy. That includes such notable franchises as the Minnesota Vikings, the Buffalo Bills, and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm Ed Daniels, ABC 26 Sports.
We're champions.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing?
Still hasn't sunk in yet. Sorry,
No.
still hasn't sunk in.
And you know what? Maybe it's beginning to sink in for some of those in the quarter who are finally starting to settle down, maybe go get some breakfast.
I don't think so yet. ABC 26 News reporter Chris Knight joins us from Bourbon Street, where fans have been partying all night long, and they're not about to give it up yet. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good morning to you guys. Yeah, I mean, it's a nonstop party down here at the French Quarter. I've got... These people
Can hear it, but we lost the visuals there, unfortunately.
So we can't actually see the fans celebrating with Chris. But
imagine thousands of people.
We will try and get Chris back. But you know what? We can talk to ABC reporter Sheldon Fox. He's in Miami. He's been in Miami covering the Saints, and it was really a feeling of euphoria as the boys in black and gold won last night.
And we're joining Sheldon Fox right now, caught in the middle of a mob-like crowds from Miami. Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning to you, John and Jocelyn. Sun Life Stadium, they just recently renamed this place Sun Life Stadium. You can call it Fun Life Stadium for Saints fans last night. Absolutely bonkers coming out of that stadium after that win. And if you don't buy it, take a look at this. Saints fans are hysterical, and the party's just begun. But here's a look at the bedlam immediately after their first appearance in the Super Bowl and their first win.
What do we do for an encore?
A good question. Are you going to Bourbon to tear it up or not?
Oh, sooner or later, for sure.
Hey, you remind me of a black and white cookie. Is that what you are?
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. What are you going to do tonight?
I'm going to party! Yeah!
#1 in the nation!
Hey,
Tuesday night. I'll be on Bourbon Street tomorrow morning.
Tuesday. How are you guys going to have enough energy to go on Bourbon? Talk.
Tuesday. Bourbon, we're going to South Beach and put it on South Beach just like it's Bourbon, baby. We're rocking Miami.
We have a parade on Tuesday. We have a parade on Tuesday in New Orleans. We're all going, baby.
Don't burn yourself out before that parade on Tuesday, though.
Oh, no, we're going to party downtown right now, baby.
Bourbon Street is going crazy right now, so I just can't wait to we get back at 3 o'clock.
When we leave here, we're going to Bourbon.
We're going straight to Bourbon. We get back at 3
From the
o'clock.
airport?
From the airport to Bourbon.
You guys know how to party.
You know how to party, but you know what? New Orleans also knows how to rebuild. The city's coming back, not just recreationally, but our businesses, our schools. We're going to be a world-class city. Everybody come down to New Orleans. It's the best place to be.
And it'll be the place to be for the next few days, or maybe for the next month. They can ride this wave of momentum, continue to make money, continue to have smiles on their faces and party, whether it be a Saints celebration or Mardi Gras or anything else. They are absolutely loving life, and they absolutely should. A lot of people last night said they wish they could be beamed from the stadium here straight onto Bourbon Street. What a thought. Someone needs to invent a machine that could do such a thing.
Yeah. Hey, Sheldon, get some rest. I know you've been working hard, so you can be rested up and back here for the party tomorrow. Big parade tomorrow in town.
Thanks, Sheldon.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you.
Drew Brees, you and the New Orleans Saints are celebrating your first Super Bowl win. What are you going to do next?
I'm going to Disney World.
Your dreams come true.
It is a moment, Brees says, was destiny. And he adds, God sent him to New Orleans for a reason.
You gotta believe that. Proud of the team and what the win means for the city of New Orleans.
This is a team, an organizational trophy that represents so much tradition, and you know, we're honored, and certainly I'm honored to be a part of it, and real proud of these guys.
Peyton says he wishes he could split the trophy into several pieces and give the fans their fair share of the win.
Well, it deserved their win last night.
But the Saints certainly deserve the win.
6:30 in the morning, and yes, the Saints are coming. They're going to be coming into the airport probably later today. We'll tell you more about that later when we find out when they're coming. There's going to be a huge celebration. You know, there are fans, there are super fans, and then there's Elvis. Good morning, Elvis.
Good morning to you, man. Good
Thanks for
morning.
coming in today. So, where were you when the game went down last night?
We were at my house, had a block party, big screen out in front of the house, and it was a lot of fun, man. I was with my family, and you know, it was great.
You were mentioning earlier, we saw the couple.
So I could actually marry them, sing it. We are gathered here today. Well, I can't sing anything right now. I lost my voice.
I'm about to ask, how are you going to be able to sing? But we've all been screaming so much, I'm barely able to talk.
I guess I'll have to do Louis Armstrong, you know. Oh, and the thing, go marching in.
You got them all. You were out there Saturday night. We ran into you Saturday night in the quarter. And just describe the energy. Just describe the way it felt out there.
It was insane. And you know, I walked down Bourbon, and you know, every foot, everybody's like, look, it's the real fake Elvis. Look, you know, there it was.
You are the real fake Elvis.
That's right, I'm the real fake Elvis.
And for the record, give us your true name.
Randy Bonneville, Bonneval. And I want to thank y'all for, you know, letting me be part of, you know, ABC through the whole thing, and we still got ways to go, you know.
Yeah, we are very. Are you going to be involved in tomorrow's a big parade? You going to try to get involved in that?
Yeah, I haven't got a call yet to be in float or anything, but I'm sure, you know, Blaine Kern or Tom Benson.
I'll put the word in with Mr. Benson.
Throw it out there.
See if he can give you a call. What to you was the defining moment of the game yesterday? You were watching it there.
I think it was the onside kick, and we got it back, and that was for me the game changer, because it just threw everybody off.
What a gutsy move that was too, because had it failed, it would have been absolutely disastrous, and Sean Payton would have been considered the GOAT of the century.
But it failed.
It worked.
It could not fail. We could not fail.
You know, so many people have said that it was destiny for the team this year. I don't believe that personally. I believe they went out and they truly earned it. I don't think it was just in the stars.
Yes, sir. They worked very hard. They did a great job, and you know, what a team. Next year, I can't wait for next year. You know, I do need to get a new suit though, because I mean, I put this jumpsuit more in the last few weeks than I did in the last 8 years. You know.
All right, now before we go here, we need a little Elvis song. We need a little music. I know your voice is kind of hoarse.
You know,
right now. Give us
I
something.
think, you know, they asked me if I got a new song, but you know, Saints rock. I mean, they really rock now. So you know, Amazon.com, iTunes, it's done very well. Thank you for letting me promote that. But Saints rock. We're the toughest team, Saints roll. You'll see what I mean, Saints rock. The fans do their thing, Saints roll. Cheering with the king. Let's rock and roll, cause the Saints won a Super Bowl.
All right.
Thank you very much, baby.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Be good.
Fantastic.
And we'll be back with more in just a moment.
Sense that the magnitude of this has dawned on Drew. Did you get that sense that he knows exactly the?
Yeah, his world is changing. He was with his agent. Let me
Your
tell you
big
that.
sister's got a question. You know what? And she knows sports.
Oh, she does.
I just
Do
wanna
tell, Sally. Do tell.
Robin, Robin was at my house on Saturday before she headed off to Miami. What's the last thing I told you, Robin?
That's true. That's right. She did say this. I was out the driveway, and Sally Ann, she opened the door, and she said, "Saints are going to win big, sister."
She was right. Well, I'll tell you what, I have been so amazed.
one good
Sally's
prediction.
given expert analysis. Sally's given expert analysis all week on this game, and I'll tell you what. And you and I remember when the Final Four was in New Orleans. All of a sudden, you know, Sally starts spewing out these stats and stuff, and we're both looking at. Who? Sally?
That's my girl.
Well, you know what? The Saints have gotten their respect, and finally, I get some respect around here.
There you go, Sally Ann.
Oh, I love you, sister.
Sally Ann, because I don't know if
Do
you
it
saw
quick.
the column in Times Speak. For 33 years, this woman has gotten up, and on Monday mornings, she has sold it about the Saints. I mean, there have been a lot of Blue Mondays, and still Sally Ann was there saying,
That's
those
true.
are my boys, bless you boys.
That's true.
Sally Ann
She's
is
earned
Mrs.
it.
Positive.
Oh,
Yes.
dreams
All right,
come
back to-
true. All right, you guys, we'll be
That's
back
right.
with you. Love you, Robin.
All right, Sally.
I love you, Sal.
Sally, was the poem okay?
That was a real surprise ending, and every good poem has a good surprise ending. That was great, Eric.
All right, good.
Back to
Poet.
Katie and Bob Costas.
All righty, back here
To a
away
press
right now.
conference with Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner.
10% up of last year. So we expect it'll be over 151 million people watched last night's Super Bowl, which was clearly more than a game. And I keep thinking of the word magical. When you think about the relationship between the Saints and the Gulf Coast and the city of New Orleans, it was more than just a football game and more than just a football team. The hopes, the dreams, and the struggles of that community were all reflected in that football team. And it was really, it was a great night for the people of New Orleans and the Gulf Coast region. And I think they all sort of lifted one another. So congratulations to the Saints and their fans. I think it also demonstrates the value of sports. As I say, it was more than a football game, and it talks about the relationship. And these two gentlemen over here, Coach Payton and Drew Brees, that's more important. He obviously is now a Super Bowl winning head coach. You getting used to that, Coach? Yeah? It's pretty good, huh? But he's really gone much beyond that, and he's had an impact on that community that is extraordinary. And his impact on that game last night was extraordinary too. He had some gutsy calls that'll probably go down all time in the history of coaching. So, Coach, congratulations on your victory. And the MVP, you all heard the statistics. You saw the performance. It was extraordinary. What a player, but more importantly, what a guy. I had the good fortune of knowing you can. But Drew Brees, the MVP of Super Bowl 4.
Come on, get into it.
What's that one? Well, we'll keep to that too.
All right, you guys good? Good. Thank you.
You can hold it if you want to. What's that? All right.
Blessed with the opportunity to be able to play in the NFL, to be a quarterback.
to have the platform that I do, not only as a team leader, but what I try to do in the community, and just try to be the best role model that I can be, the best person that I can be, and the best teammate that I can be. And you know, our victory last night was the culmination of 4 years of hard work, fighting through a lot of adversity, ups and downs, and more importantly than that, you know, representing a city that has been through so much, has been through so many struggles and hardships. And you know, along the way, people have asked me so many times, you know, do you look at it as a burden or extra pressure? You feel like you're carrying the weight of the city, you know, on your team's shoulders. And I said, no, not at all. We all look at it as a responsibility. Our city, our fans give us strength, and we owe this to them. That's made all the difference. The Who Dat Nation, Saints fans across the country, and I think we probably even might have gained a few fans after yesterday. They're the ones that, they're who we play for. They're why we were able to win the championship that we did last night. It was for them, and there's no city, there's no organization, there's no people that we would want to win more for than the city of New Orleans. So it's an honor and just an unbelievable feeling. I'll take questions now if anybody has any.
Hey, Drew. Mike Triplett from the New Orleans Times-Picayune. You mentioned that you woke up today. So what time did you actually get to bed, and what did you do from the time you left the stadium to the end? Did you talk to anybody special or have any special moments or see replays of the game or anything?
Well, I guess we can thank technology for text messaging and emails and everything that comes with the BlackBerry, and there was about 500 of those messages that I just tried to scroll through, and obviously so many of those messages coming from, you know, former coaches, high school friends, you know, high school teammates that I won a state championship with, mentors, family members, just everybody so happy, and just talking about, you know, how we deserved it. And, you know, it just made you feel like, you know, throughout this journey, it hasn't been easy, but, you know, we've always done things the right way. And that has stemmed from our owner, Tom Benson, our general manager, Mickey Loomis, and of course, our head coach, Sean Payton. I feel like we've always worked extremely hard. We've always done things the right way, and it hasn't been easy, but here we are, Super Bowl champs.
Drew,
Yes.
Scott Cody, WWL TV, New Orleans. You've never shied away from the belief that quarterbacks should be measured by championships. How does last night justify the numbers you've been able to put up the last 4 years?
You know, you play this game to try to be the best, and you play this game to win the ultimate prize, which is what we were able to win last night, a world championship, a Super Bowl championship. And you think about all those that came before you, not only the teams and the coaches, but the players and those that paved the way for all of us to be able to play this great game that we do, and be a part of this great league, and just to have the opportunity to hold up that Vince Lombardi trophy and to call ourselves champions. And you know, we have one of our coaches, Joe Vitt. He's a very passionate guy, inspirational coach. He's been in the league 31 years. This was his first Super Bowl to even play in. Joe Vitt talked about, and as long as we live, and even beyond our lifetime, our kids' lifetime, our grandkids' lifetime, this is something that will always be with us. It will be part of our legacy, and that's special.
Drew, Alex Marvez, FoxSports.com. Obviously, this is a culmination of a lot of hard work. Could you talk about your evolution as a quarterback in the 4 seasons you've been in New Orleans? And was there anything that you feel you did better this season than you had in previous years?
You know, I always try to improve every year, you know, and I feel like I have. You know, I feel like each year I've become a better player. And whether, you know, the statistics might not show that, the wins and losses maybe not necessarily, but just the maturation process, and just as you gain experience, I mean, that's the only way you get better is just constantly kind of focusing on the things that you can do to help your team win and improve as a player and as a leader and just all those things that it takes to play the quarterback position. And, you know, I feel like just our team, as I watched it come together this offseason with the free agents that we brought in and with, you know, the way, you know, when the season started, just to be specific, our emphasis, you know, with the run game, you know, offensively and what we were able to accomplish there. With the guys up front, our offensive line, our stable of running backs. And, you know, I just felt like my role, you know, not only as quarterback, a leader, you know, throwing the football, obviously, but just as kind of being, you know, there is, you know, they earn this. They earn this.
Drew, Ian Rappaport, Boston Herald. Before this game, there was a bunch of talk about Peyton Manning and is he the greatest and his place in the game's history. Now that you've won a Super Bowl title, what does this do to your place among the game's elite quarterbacks? And do you have an understanding of how this title changes the way that you'll be looked at for forever?
Well, that's what everybody's telling me, but you know what? I'm trying to take it just one day at a time, and I'd like to be able to look back on that years from now when I'm done playing. Hopefully I've got many more years ahead of me. I'm going to try to play this game as long as I can until they kick me out. But it's been an unbelievable journey thus far. It's actually gone by very quickly. You know, this was my 9th year, and it's hard to believe because I can remember when I came in as a rookie. And just the journey since then. And I'm just going to try to relish every moment. I'm going to try to be the best player that I can be and the best leader and the best quarterback and try to win a few more.
Hey, Drew, Nate Davis, USA Today.
Yes.
You and your teammates seem to wear the role model hat very easily in New Orleans. Not always the case in other cities with other athletes. Any theory as to why that is, and is that a lesson you think you can spread elsewhere throughout professional sports?
Yeah, I believe we can. And I think it starts with the type of guys you have. And we have the right type of people on our team. Unbelievable character. And that all started back, you know, in 2006 when Sean Payton was hired as our head coach. And with him and Mickey Loomis and our owner Tom Benson, they made the commitment to, listen, we're really starting over, you know, at this point. Post-Katrina, the city had been relocated to San Antonio. Now they're coming back. So many things in question, but here we are, and we're gonna bring in the right type of character people, because when times get tough, it's those people with strong character and strong morals and strong values that are going to be able to pull you through. And we faced our fair share of tough times, and it's because we've had the right type of people on our team. That's what's allowed us to be at this point. And, you know, those guys were not only great teammates and great players and did things the right way in that regard, but they also understood the value of and the platform that we had as role models and as leaders in the community, and the opportunity that we had in New Orleans to not only be a part of the rebuilding of an organization and team, but also of a city and a region, and everything that we could give back to that community. And like I said before, New Orleans gave us so much strength, the people, because we knew what they had been through, and yet they continued to fight and continued to believe and continued to have faith, and they helped instill that in us.
Drew, over here, David Elfin, NFLPA.com. Congratulations. Just wondered about your relationship with Sean that Roger talked about in his little pre-seed. Sean played quarterback too, and I wonder if that has helped your relationship, and have you ever felt so much in sync with anybody, maybe other than your wife?
In a different way. You know, Sean's a special guy, and you know, you get so caught up, you know, obviously in that working relationship, you know, just kind of the day-to-day, you know, your game plan and your constant communication about the opponent, all these things. And, you know, on that level, you know, I feel like it's ESP. You know, I feel like, you know, we communicate so well together. I have so much trust and faith and confidence in him, and I feel like that's he has that same confidence in me to the point where, when we're on the field, I feel like I know the play that's going to be called before it's called, because we talk about it so much. And, he'll tell you, listen, this is when I'm looking to do this is when I'm looking to do that. And then sure enough, the game comes around and there it is. And he's such an aggressive play caller. And when you have a guy like that, you know how much confidence he's putting in you to call those plays, to dial those things up to. And, that's why I think we're able to play as we do as an offense, is because we have that faith in him, and we know all the time and energy that's gone into the game plan. And by the time the week comes to an end, we trust that plan like no other, and we trust him. But even beyond that player-coach, I guess, working relationship, Sean is a tremendous person. He's a tremendous family man. Just to give you an example, Saturday, we do our walkthrough. 2 days ago Saturday, we did our walkthrough at the stadium, and Sean said, I want all the guys to bring their sons. Bring your sons to the stadium. Let them run out on the field. I want them to be having a pickup game going on while we're doing our walkthrough. Let them enjoy this moment with you. So he's one of those guys who's constantly allowing guys to bring their kids into the locker room, Saturday walkthrough, have the families around. He wanted this week to be as much about the families and about this experience for them as it was for us as a team. And that's a guy who gets it, and it's more than just about the game. It's more than just about football. It's about, being a great person and being a great family man, and how that all comes together and ties together and plays an important role in our lives.
Two more questions. Morning, Drew. Sal Palantonio from ESPN. Drew, take us back to the second half when you were 16 for 17. It looked like just about every pass was your first read, and you were so dialed in. What were you thinking when the Super Bowl was in your grasp, and what were you telling the rest of the players in the huddle?
Well, first thing I'll say is just to get to the end of the second quarter, we get stopped on 4th and goal, but that was a very calculated decision, because here we are now with a couple timeouts. We know we can stop them, get the ball, but we need some points going in at the end of the half. Sure enough, we get the 2-minute drive going. We get a little bit of momentum going in at halftime, which I think kind of helped the decision to, hey, we're going to kick this onside. We're going to get the ball back, which is an unbelievably gutsy call, but one that, we all believed, hey, this is going to work. Sure enough, it does. We then get the ball right down the field, score a touchdown, momentum on our side. And then at that point, you just felt like, okay, the game has come to us, and now we can take it over. And Sean just continued to dial it up, and, we got in that rhythm, and I think he recognized that and just knew that, listen, we can have our way, with this defense underneath, just spreading the ball around, moving the chains. We got to be patient because they're not giving us any big plays, but we'll just continue to earn it all the way down the field. And then once we get down there, we got to score touchdowns, and that's what we did.
Hey, Drew. Brett Martell, Associated Press. We've talked the last 4 years a lot about the parallels you've drawn between your shoulder, the team rebuilding, the city rebuilding. Now that you're at the pinnacle, what's your vision for the future, for the city, for the city and the team?
Well, we're going to enjoy this for a while. I think New Orleans is enjoying it right this second, still. And don't expect anybody to go to work today in New Orleans, or maybe for the next 2 weeks, considering Mardi Gras is next week. But this is something that I think we all deserve to enjoy for a while, and reflect on what it's taken to get to this point, and all that we've been through, and all that we've fought so hard to get. And this is the pinnacle. And yet, come late April, May, when you get back into the swing of things, lifting, off-season program, conditioning, OTAs, mini camps, it's all about that 2010 season, and there's 32 teams out there that feel like it's going to be their year. So we know what it's like to build something from the ground up, and just to feel like, this is our time, this is going to be our year. But I think what's going to be fun is using the term repeat all next year. Thank you.
Before we get started, you know, as a head coach, when you get the opportunity to play in this game, certainly from a scheduling standpoint, and you look at everything that goes on the week prior and the bye week and then the week of the Super Bowl, there's a lot that goes into it. And I want to take this time to thank Commissioner Goodell and the league office for really providing an outstanding environment for both teams to prepare and play their best football. And you know, you really don't realize how much goes into the planning of an event like this. And from the day we arrived on Monday after the Pro Bowl to midnight last night, it was perfect. And not because we won, but logistically, the planning, the scheduling, the support we had from the league was outstanding. And you know, as a head coach, sometimes you're maybe blind to the bigger picture. And I appreciate the organization and the many responsibilities of people not only in this room, but the many responsibilities that the league provides for both teams to get ready to really put their best foot forward. You know, we have a little pin for the last 3 weeks that we've worn, a gentleman by the name of Tim Davey, who I met at the Pro Bowl in 2006, who really epitomized, I think, what the league is about in regards to his commitment to just working and grinding and making everything smooth, whether it was a Pro Bowl, whether it was a game in London. And so those initials, TD, didn't really necessarily stand for us wanting to score touchdowns. Those initials represented somebody who was committed to the game, committed to all the nuances and all the hard work and effort that that really basically put the players in the game itself first. And you know, I felt like as a coach, I was honored and to have a chance to coach in this game, in this venue, and be a part of it with guys like Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. I truly am humbled by that. I don't for 1 minute take that for granted. And when Mickey Loomis hired me in 2006, not having been from New Orleans, it would be hard to describe the relationship between the fans and the players there. And it became apparent to me that football was obviously very important, but it was much bigger than football. And when we got into coaching or playing, we got into it for certain reasons, and yet the reasons in New Orleans far exceeded what we ever expected. I'm honored to have had a chance to coach and work with this team and in a great league. And you know, I can't help but think, and Troy Aikman said this a few days ago to me, you know, for all the number of players that have played in this league, 8, 10, 12 years, that never had that opportunity to play in this final game, this Super Bowl. You know, I'm just very appreciative of having an opportunity to compete for a championship with guys like Drew Brees. with the players that we put together, Mickey Loomis and the Saints organization, and to be a part of it, and a small part of it as a coach, I'm very honored. And certainly it feels great to win. I've been in this game where we didn't win, but it's amazing what we've been able to, we as an NFL have been able to achieve in 20 years. And where we're at as a league is stronger than ever. And I'm proud to be one small piece of that. And I love the fact that I'm a head coach in the National Football League. And I love the fact that I was able to and given the opportunity to be a head coach of a Super Bowl team. And you know, last night about 3 in the morning when it was quiet, you know, I took the elevator up and put this trophy down on the desk and just said a prayer. Thank God for these special times that that don't come around too often. And for that, I'm very appreciative and very humbled by. So, any questions?
Sean, John Saraceno from USA Today, over here. Hi, Coach. Congratulations. We all know how difficult it is for Super Bowl champions to repeat the following season. Why do you think that is? And what will be the critical components of holding this all together for next season? And secondly, is it a priority for the Saints to retain Darren Sharper and Reggie Bush?
Well, I think this. I think as it pertains to our personnel, you know, the off-season decisions in regards to your personnel, the window shortened some in regards to your work schedule, but you know, there's something about what we do that maybe allows you 24, 48 hours before you start eyeing up the next challenge. And somewhere last night we talked about Dallas, Texas, and one of the greatest stadiums now that our league knows. And there's probably never enough, you know, in regards to the challenge. And that's the neat thing about it. When you get a quarterback like Drew Brees, who's in the prime of his career, it's not enough. Last night was great, and yet there's still something that burns in you to separate yourself more. So we'll spend here a little bit of time in refueling, recharging the batteries, and getting ourselves prepared for the challenges ahead. And we know they'll be difficult, and yet no more difficult than getting this team going after Katrina and everything that took place in 2006. Our players will be ready for the challenge. We're young, we're hungry. One thing about this game, this Super Bowl, and when you have an opportunity to participate the week of and in the event itself, it just pulls you that much closer to wanting to be in it again. And having been a part of a team in 2000 against the Baltimore Ravens, just remember, you know, leaving that game, although it was a difficult loss, with that desire to get back in that venue. There's so much about it that's right. There's so much about it that's special. There's no other championship game like the Super Bowl. And last night at about midnight, I got to grab this a second. Last night at about midnight, we grabbed this trophy, and one of our coaches, his name is Joe Lombardi. He's Vince Lombardi's grandson. And Joe Lombardi, his father, Vince Jr., his two brothers sat and posed with this trophy, the four of them, while pictures were taken. And I just thought to myself, you got to be kidding me. If you believe in heaven and you believe Vince Lombardi's there looking down on his grandson, it doesn't get any better. You know, this is a guy that coaches our quarterbacks, coaches Drew Brees, and here's a trophy that's named after his grandfather. So you can't get enough of this. And this thing laid in my bed next to me last night. Rolled over a couple times. I probably drooled on it. But man, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. And to be a coach and be a part of a great team with players like Drew Brees, I'm honored. And I don't take that opportunity lightly at all. I feel very fortunate, very blessed, and very humbled by it.
Sean, Andy Kent, MiamiDolphins.com. Last night you joined Bill Belichick and Tom Coughlin as Bill Parcells' disciples to win the Super Bowl. What does that say about his coaching tree? And since you were in Miami, did you get to talk to him, get some congratulations from him and from Tony Sperano?
I did. You know, Tony Sperano and I spent 3 years with Bill at Dallas, 3 long years, a lot of work. I think Bill has been a great influence on our careers. I've said this a number of times during the week that, you know, I've been very fortunate to have come up and worked with a number of great coaches. And when you're afforded that opportunity, you're able to hone your skills and hopefully learn and become a better coach. And I was very fortunate. The years I spent in New York with Wellington Mara and the Tisch family, and then to have an opportunity to work with Bill and the Jerry Jones family, those opportunities don't come around too often. And you know, I spent a number of conversations with Bill leading up to this game, and just recently, 10 minutes before getting here, talked to him, and he taught me so much, just about people, and about teaching, and about evaluation, and about preparation, and I'm better having had a chance to work with him. And you know, the history of our league and the great players and great coaches, and when you're able to be a part of that history, I think you're better off for it. And I know you are. And it's a big reason why we're sitting here today holding this thing up in the air. So I'm thankful for that.
Hi, Vito Stellino, the Florida Times Union. I'd like to revisit the onside kick. Did you spot something in their defense you thought it would work? Why at halftime? And in practice, I assume the ball doesn't go the way it did right to the defensive guy who, fortunately for you, squared away. How did it usually work in practice? And did the thought cross your mind, hey, this doesn't work, we can lose the game right here?
Well, you know, each week when you play an opponent, you try to look for an edge, maybe in the kicking game, whether it's a punt, field goal. In this case, it was our kickoff. Thomas Morstead had done a good job practicing this surprise onside kick, this ambush, as we call it, to our left. We felt like there was an edge there, you know, with the ball being on the far hash. You know, the front line has a tendency to move quicker back to get set up. And Greg McMahon and Mike Mallory did a great job, you know, in really presenting it to me, and did the next 8 plays beginning on the left hash, 40-some yard line. Credit the players. They did a great job of executing the surprise onside kick and made me look good. It gave us really an additional possession. It's much like a turnover. And more importantly, after we obtained the ball, we were able to march down and score a touchdown and really create some momentum. Players did a great job of making me look good with that call. It was calculated. It was well thought out by our special teams coaches. We felt like the risk reward was worth it. And in the end, we were able to gain an additional possession to score a touchdown, and the execution was outstanding. It's fairly difficult when you're a right-footed kicker and you're kind of pulling one across your body. You know, it happens a lot to me when I swing a golf club, but to plan one like that was outstanding, especially from a rookie player. You know, when you look at a guy like Thomas Morstead, and someone asked him last night, you know, how he felt, and I think his response was, he was nervous as hell, but he executed it well. We recovered.
And so many people are so proud of our Saints, and no one prouder than the father.
With that touchdown, that interception, I knew that was a ball game for sure, because this was a very formidable team we were playing against an almost heroic performance by a New Orleans boy. And Peyton Manning, I'm proud of another thing, too. I gave Peyton Manning his first football.
Oh, my goodness.
And he always introduces me that way. He said, this is Mr. Dixon, who gave me my first football.
How old was he at the time?
He was about 7 or 8, something. I was driving past their home, and Archie and the 3 boys were out throwing footballs and just really tiny kid stuff. And so I stopped just to say hello. And I noticed that Peyton was kind of sulking to the side. And I said, "What's the matter?" I whispered to Archie, "What's the matter with Peyton?" And he said, "Well, he's all upset because he doesn't have his own football." And so I lowered my voice and I said, "Listen, Archie, I've got a whole trunk full of USFL footballs. It's the same thing as an NFL ball. Would you mind if I give him one?" And he said, "No, of course not." So I gave Peyton his football, and to this day, he introduces me as Mr. Dixon, the man who gave me my first football.
See what you started.
I got $100,000 of joy out of that one little football.
My goodness.
Amazing.
Well, Dave Dixon, a father of the Saints, a very proud father this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm so pleased for our great, wonderful city. Thank you so much.
And we'll have much.
Stop and spend some time and talk to reporters about this fantastic experience on last night. The Saints playing touchdown about 2:45 today, fresh from that Super Bowl victory, the first in franchise history. Now the Kenner Fire Department greeted the plane with a cannon salute, and deservedly so. The Saints beating the Colts last night in a thriller, 31-17. And for some of the players, this still hasn't sunk in.
Me and my man Deuce been here, through the bad times, and we got to experience a championship with the New Orleans Saints, man. No matter what the outcome is, we champions today.
It'll be a fun long while for the city, I think.
If this is just an appetizer, then I might be getting carried to my front door. So I'm looking forward to it.
Now, Drew Brees, the game's MVP, was not on the plane. I'm told that Drew is at Disney World. And by the way, Governor Jindal was on that plane as well, and we're going to hear from him on ABC 26 News at 6:30. Mike and Jessica?
All right. Thank you, Glenn. And
Brees and Peyton Manning, and clearly Drew Brees won.
Yeah, and before yesterday's game, people around the NFL were saying Peyton Manning is the best quarterback of all time in National Football League history. Drew Brees, as Lucy said, outplayed him. So what does that make Drew? Scott Cody with more.
Drew Brees never shied away from perception. He always acknowledged that quarterbacks in the NFL are truly measured by championships. He now has the hallowed hardware.
Now my final commentary of this magical season. 1 week from tomorrow is Fat Tuesday. Tomorrow in New Orleans, as the Super Bowl champion New Orleans Saints parade through the city, will be Dat Tuesday. In this wonderful Mardi Gras season, we will celebrate Lombardi Gras. We stage Mardi Gras parades as much for others as we do for ourselves. Lombardi Gras belongs to us, all the Saints fans everywhere who kept the faith. If faith can be defined as a belief not resting on logical proof or material evidence, there have been no fans of a professional football team more faithful than you. A full-page ad I saw in the newspaper in support of the Saints prior to yesterday's game said, "The hopes of a city will finally go marching in." In the darkest moments in the history of this team and the city it represents, hope couldn't be extinguished. Hope couldn't be submerged. Hope couldn't be buried. Yesterday, hope was rewarded and faith was. We are special. And now, thanks to the massive exposure the Saints have given us, the whole world knows. Embrace that feeling as you embrace one another. No one can begin to understand it, to appreciate it, and to revel in it like you do. Know dat, believe dat. Hope that we could, faith that we would, have both been realized as this wonderful feeling washes over us. Been there, done dat. Finally. And bless you, one and all. That wraps it up for me from Miami. What a great time it was.
The best. The best.
Absolutely.
The pinnacle. Thank you, my friend.
Yep, thank you.
And as Jim said, this is our last newscast from Miami. It has been our honor, and we are humbled to have been your messengers from Miami.
And we will see you in Dallas, 2011, for Super Bowl 45.
We're getting your tickets now.
Thanks. We may have.
The party is just getting started in the Crescent City for America's greatest football team, the New Orleans Saints.
So buckle your seatbelts. ABC 26 News has you covered for the best parade this carnival season.
And starting from the very beginning of this parade, here's a live look at Poitras and LaSalle, where the floats are gearing up for the greatest ride these players have ever seen in their lives.
And now we're going to go to Loyola Avenue downtown, where our live team coverage begins with GMNO's anchors Jocelyn Lockwood and John Huffman. Hey, guys.
Hey, Jessica and Michael. Yeah, we are out here on Loyola Avenue right in front of the Entergy building, and I'll tell you what, the crowds out here are just enormous. They're playing music. People are cheering. Earlier, a bus came through, and the fans thought it may be carrying the team, and they just went wild, didn't they?
I'll tell you what, it's cold, it's blustery, it's windy, and if you thought that was going to deter these fans from, well, you knew that that wasn't going to stop anyone from coming out. These people are absolutely passionate about their Saints. Look at the size of this crowd. Look at that. And they have jammed up. I don't know how the parade's going to get through. There's such a narrow little passageway in between the people.
That's right, and there's no barriers like a traditional Mardi Gras parade would have the barriers, so folks are just really filing onto the street. But of course, we'll continue our coverage from this spot here on Loyola and many others coming up. Michael and Jessica, back to you.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
And welcome to our ABC 26 Sports Special Mission Accomplished Victory Parade. I'm Jessica Holly.
And I'm Michael Hill. The Saints prove that dreams, yes, they do come true right here in the Crescent City.
And I'm Ed Daniels as we celebrate the Saints' first Super Bowl win.
And they return home with the ultimate prize, the Tiffany-made sterling silver Lombardi Trophy.
So let's go marching in with the Saints with Jocelyn Lockwood and John Huffman live on the parade route.
John and Jocelyn.
All right, yeah, welcome back. We are right here on Loyola Avenue, as we just said, right in front of the Energy Building.
Starting where the parade is about to start. It looks like it's going to start right down there on that corner. right there at Poydras.
That's right. We're just a block away from the Superdome, and what we've seen so far, police vehicles are following through the street, trying to clear the crowds back so we can actually get this parade underway. But these fans out here are crazy. As John said earlier, they're braving the cold weather. They probably don't even notice the cold at this point.
Well, they're having a few things to drink as well, and that's helping. Tonight we're going to see 12 floats, and what has happened here is that 12 crews, both from Orleans and Jefferson parishes, have donated each one signature float. Now, you're not going to see the big mega floats like the Baca Gator or SS Endymion, but you will see floats like the Rex Jester float, like the Zulu Warrior float, and you're going to see Saints players and coaching staff up on those floats.
Right, and of course, Drew Brees will be riding on Bacchus's King float, I believe. It's a beautiful chariot, and Drew Brees and Sean Payton will be in the chariot basket on top. So yes, the parade is now getting underway. We have the New Orleans Police Department clearing the way. Yes, we call that the crew de police. They are driving through the streets right now. We're going to get down and get closer to the parade for you here in just a few. Party for the city.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody here is positive. They're excited. It's just the emotions in the air are phenomenal. It's so much fun.
We saw earlier a fellow walked by here, and he had created a life-size Lombardi trophy out of crushed up aluminum foil. So this guy is either a very dedicated Saints fan or he has way too much time on his hands, or both. I don't know which.
That's right.
That's the kind of energy we're seeing out here all over the streets. And
that's right, and it's kind of a game day atmosphere as well. Folks have made signs and banners, of course, congratulating the team. And you know, one of the big signs I saw was a picture of Drew Brees' son when he was holding him up after the game. That beautiful shot there.
Picture, isn't it?
It is by far my favorite picture, and someone has taken that and turned it into a poster. Of course, we've got the kids up on the ladders getting ready for the parade. And
hey, I got to show off my fleur-de-lis back here.
Yes, really quickly, we should show this. John, this morning on Good Morning New Orleans, held his promise. He promised that if the Saints won the Super Bowl, folks, he said he would get a fleur-de-lis shaved into the back of his head. And you know what? We held him to it. He did it. He may be one of the biggest Saints fans out here.
Pretty rough for an old man there.
No, not at all. Well, we'll have much more coming up from right here on Loyola Avenue as the floats start to come down. As we said, we're only a block from the Superdome, so we are your first spot for parade coverage today. But Michael and Jessica, back to you.
All right, thank you guys. We were watching there the New Orleans Fire Department steam engine come by there just a few minutes ago. And now these are those some of the Saints players there, or who are they?
That may be just some Whodats
Just some
walking
Whodats, it
through
looks
there.
like.
Some of the Whodat Nation making an appearance there in the parade. You know, it was the NOPD.
NOPD.
Okay, dressed in black and gold.
Of course, that's what everybody out there
you know,
should
they're
be.
expecting 250,000 people to turn out for this parade today.
What a warm reception for and a homecoming for this team. Just the opposite, though, of the Indianapolis Colts, who arrived back home yesterday and only had 11 people at the airport greet them, 11 fans in Indianapolis.
That's just hard to believe.
It is hard to believe.
Especially since we were planning a big parade either way.
Exactly. That's the odd thing, I think, for a lot of people across the country who, you may be familiar with New Orleans, of course, but when you think of the city holding a parade for a team, not knowing whether the outcome of the game, the Super Bowl, is going to be a victory or a loss, a lot of people across the country probably shaking their heads at, okay, so why would you plan this parade and not know whether this team is going to win or lose in the Super Bowl? Eddie D, you can chime in here, but that's the kind of place this is. You got confidence, you know what? Parade is a parade.
Well, a parade is a parade, plus it's a giant celebration.
Exactly.
You know, no matter what, hey, I think, you know, the city is absolutely thrilled that this is a victory parade. But one way or the other, this was going to be an appreciation parade. Exactly. Because this is a place the Saints have never been before. So, you know, when Saints and Super Bowl, you know, for years that was a, you know, those were two words that were only spoken in jokes. But now that it's become reality, you know, hey, people are excited no matter what.
Hey, Ed, early on, Jessica and I were talking about this earlier. Is this the kind of team, though, depending on what happens with free agency, that can repeat?
You know, repeating is a tough thing to do in the NFL. You know, Pittsburgh last year won the Super Bowl. This year they didn't make the playoffs. And they have what you would consider a quality franchise. They've won it twice in the last 4 years. New England was the last repeat, and that was 5 years ago. So I don't really think the NFL is set up that way. where teams are great for a long time. But is there a chance the Saints could repeat? Sure. A lot of things have to happen. They'd have to have a good injury year, like they had this year, where they only had a few major key injuries. They'd have to have some breaks. They'd have to get the turnovers again, and of course. But the one thing that they do have that gives you an idea that they could be in position to compete for this for several years is they have the quarterback. And in the NFL, if you don't have the quarterback, your chances of competing on a regular basis for a championship go down exponentially. And this is Canal Street.
Canal Street.
And there's Gallier Hall.
Gallier Hall.
And I have the delight and fortune of riding on Saturday night. And I tell you what, that kind of looks like Saturday night to me. That's a Saturday night crowd.
It certainly is. As Jessica was saying, some 250,000. I think our Glenn Boyd is there.
Right, Glenn Boyd is at Gallier Hall, where a lot of activity today. I read somewhere that the Yin Yang twins were going to be performing there today. Glenn, have you seen those guys?
Not yet, Jessica. We're, in fact, I'm standing just across from Gallier Hall on the Lafayette Square side. A lot of folks out here, and as just said, this looks like a Saturday night crowd of an Endymion here. But folks here are dressed primarily, though, in black and gold. Bobby Hebert got the crowd just a minute or so ago, whipped them into a frenzy with Who Dat, calling himself the godfather of the Who Dat Nation. But if you look over at that grandstand, there are dignitaries from across the state, additionally with their family members. I see Archbishop Brigham and Angman over near the dais, the Attorney General Buddy Caldwell, folks from Jefferson Parish, St. Bernard Parish, St. Charles Parish, a number of Orleans Parish, of course, are represented over here on this particular grandstand. I saw some former teammates, old Saints players arrive as well, and it's some sort of a reunion of sorts for them, hugging one another, haven't seen each other in years or so. So this place is really rocking right now. The music is blaring and dancing to I Believe right now. So it's really a festive atmosphere out here. And it is cold. Mike, I heard you say earlier that what a warm welcome for this team. It's not a warm welcome. It's a chilly welcome. We're
I meant warm from the heart. Warm from the heart.
All right. It's chilly out here, guys. In fact, we're between these buildings here, and it's probably 5 to 10 degrees cooler here where we are right now. But folks really don't see the mind. There's a sign right in front of me that says, "It's that," world champions, happy Le Mardi Gras, and it's just a great atmosphere here. A lot of kids out, a family type setting here. So we can't wait till the floats start to come by here. This place is just going to go absolutely bananas. Mike and Jessica?
Certainly is. I know folks there cannot wait. Long time coming for New Orleans, long time coming really for the Gulf South.
And people really wanted to attend this event. Yesterday we reported that the mayor had released 1,000 tickets for the grandstand there and was making them available for 3 hours, and they were gone in 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
All 1,000 tickets. So.
Well, and Jocelyn and John were asking how they're going to get these people back. And one of the ways you get them back is, the police come by and they put those sirens on just like any other parade night. And please step back, and that's exactly what happens.
And even more so, I've seen it in crowds all over the place, not just in New Orleans, but all over the country and the world. If you have the mounted patrol come through,
right?
Folks want to get out of the way of the horse.
You don't have to say anything. The horses do the job.
But let's be honest about it. Once the floats go down the street here, and it's not in an area that's barricaded, they're going to have a hard time keeping those people back because they're going to be right up against those floats.
But I would imagine, though, especially when the players come out and Tom Mintz, I would imagine that there will be some police escorts on both sides.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But, not only does everyone want to say thank you today, but I think everyone wants to just touch a player's hand,
right.
Take a picture, anything that could kind of get them close to what they want to celebrate.
And Ed, you know this well. When other teams across the country, for whatever sport it is, have had championship celebrations, we've seen acts of craziness. But
violence, cars on fire, and and hey, one of the things that we do know how to do here is celebrate and party. And of course, if you're going to have a great party in New Orleans, you got to go to the St. Aug Marching Band, the 100.
right now. You were watching there the St. Aug Marching 100 Band, one of the most famous bands probably in the country, founded way back in the 1950s. This is a band that's performed from coast to coast for America.
You know, it's really
These are the Clydesdales now.
Sure, a New Orleans tradition to have St. Aug, but it's really kind of sad that their founding father, Edwin Hampton, the man who had led the band for all these years and really brought it to national prominence, isn't here for this day.
Exactly.
I know he passed away recently, and that was a very, very, very sad occasion for the school. And the fact that he's not here today, I know that would have been a great thing to have him here for this event.
And especially see his band, something he created, something that this is a band with a lot of swagger.
Well,
you could say.
You know, if you're a Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans and you have St. Aug leading your parade, that's always been one of those you know, benchmarks as to you know, how good a parade are you. If St. Aug is leading your parade, I think it gives your parade a lot of legitimacy. So,
I saw the Clydesdales go by just a few minutes ago, the Anheuser-Busch Clydesdales. There's 6 teams of those Clydesdales. 5 of them travel around the country to do this sort of thing.
And you know what? As each team of Clydesdales probably has better accommodations than the Saints had last week in Miami.
Right.
I was. Yeah, military color guards were watching there, but back to the Clydesdales. I was reading that these, Jess, you mentioned that some of them travel, 5 of them travel around the country, but there's one that actually remains in their official home at the company headquarters at the Anheuser-Busch Brewery Complex in St. Louis, Missouri, where they are housed in a historic brick and stained glass stable built in 1885.
It's amazing how those horses live. And believe me, I saw some of the accommodations in Miami last week that some of these people were in, and they were opulent places, but you know, that's they don't live any better than the Clydesdales do.
I bet they don't.
You were talking about police presence. About 600 officers along the parade route. They're getting some practice for Mardi Gras.
Yeah, they are.
But you know what? Hey, if there's any group in America that can handle this situation,
absolutely,
it's the New Orleans Police Department.
Absolutely.
They do this every year, and you know, I know a lot of the cops are kind of, you know, they're kind of worn out by the end of the carnival season by working all the overtime and all the long days that they have. But you know, I think this is one gig that they're more than happy to be a part of.
Yeah, Brother Martin's band you see here. Yeah, I agree with you. I went to the inauguration last year in D.C., and while I was there, I just thought it was so disorganized that I kept saying to my wife, the NOPD should have put this together.
Oh, no question. They're the best not only in the country, but I think the best in the world when it comes to crowd control. They just have it down to a science because we do this every year.
Brother Martin High School Crusaders invited to march in the Super Bowl parade. Mr. Tom Benson, class of 44. And the Saints, of course, invited the Crusaders to come along, along with the NJROTC and the marching band and drill team to take part in the Super Bowl parade. It means a lot to Mr. Benson to see his alma mater.
Well, you know, Brother Martin was actually 2 schools. They combined into Brother Martin in the late 60s, early 70s. It was Courrier-Zoo and St. Aloysius. And Tom Benson is a St. Aloysius grad, class of 1944. So he is very generous in support of his alma mater. You know, there's a lot of things charitable and charity-wise that he does that a lot of people simply don't know about.
Right.
But he is very, very gracious to Brother Martin High School. And generous.
Mr. and Mrs. Benson, Tom Benson and Gail Benson, of course, and I believe Rita Benson LeBlanc we're about to see here as well.
And this is the Endymion Grand Marshal float that we're waiting for here.
And that's the one he's going to be on Saturday.
And it's right, and it's really interesting how the different crews all pitched in with one float to bring this parade together.
Some of their best floats in the stuff. And this is the first time ever, is that right? That they've ever done this, where you have the best of some of these.
Yeah.
Crews.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? There were a lot of firsts this year.
Exactly.
And this is another first. And I think it's great that all the Mardi Gras crews get together. And you know, hey, this is going to be. Look, this Mardi Gras is going to be a Saint celebration. Tom Benson's the Grand Marshal of Endymion. Drew Brees is the Grand Marshal of Bacchus. And you know, Saints are riding in all kinds of parades here. And you know, it's
anything for the crew of Saints, right?
You know, it's an amazing thing, Michael, because when you think about where we were 4.5 years ago, I think there was a lot of
They're the Bensons on top there.
I think there was a lot of concern that, you know, and rightly so, that they were not going to return. And
exactly.
Not only do they return, but they won a Super Bowl. And Tom Benson, a man who's had a difficult relationship with this city at times, is now a hero.
Is he misunderstood?
Well, maybe so, but you know, it's always been a deal where, you know, this lease negotiation thing went on for so long. If you remember in the 90s, it was Albuquerque, and it was the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and it was San Antonio, and it was Los Angeles, and there was always this, it seemed like this endless parade, to kind of paraphrase it, an endless parade of stalking horses, you know, that were always looking to get the Saints. And you know, I think Katrina was an horrendous event, our worst hour. But the one thing Katrina did was, I think Katrina cemented the fact that our football team would be here for a long, long time. So it was out of a horrific event, there were some good things that came out of it, and I think the Saints' future is one of those.
This is McDonough 35 High School Band led by David Jefferson, the Ron Eagles Band. We're going to listen in for just a second.
As I was saying, a busy season for McDonough 35 High School Marching Band there. They're scheduled to march in 8 carnival parades, from Ocean last week to Zulu on Mardi Gras, actually, and now had to add a 9th parade, this one, to its carnival season, so I'm sure it's not disappointed with this one.
I was going to say, I'm sure they were honored to be a part of this parade. So many people turned out, like we said, 250,000 people expected to turn out. 2 people we know are there are GMNO's 2 morning anchors, Jocelyn Lockwood and John Huffman, in the middle of the crowd there. Hey, guys.
Yeah, hey guys, we are right in the middle of the crowd, and as we said earlier, they are having a few problems controlling the crowd, as we are even having to creep onto the street as part of the problem.
Everyone's surging into the streets and impeding the flow of the parade here a bit. That's not an uncommon thing. Well, I'll tell you, we have an enthusiastic bunch back here.
We do, and you know what was really fun? When the New Orleans Fire Department came by, they got on their loudspeaker and started chanting, "Who dat?"
The whole crowd was with them.
And the whole crowd just went wild. They did the chant with them, but as the parade begins to roll around the corner, we are starting to see some of the bands that you were talking about earlier.
Coming up right back here, if you can see off in the distance.
We have
got to back up a little bit to let the band through.
Definitely.
Can you all move back a bit? Okay. Getting everybody cozied up here.
And you know what? It keeps things warm for sure.
Yes, it does.
It really does.
You think it's cold. It's not really when you get in a crowd like this. Everybody's close up together, cutting the wind, and we're all buoyed on Saint spirits anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
We are celebrating the boys in black and gold, and that's all that matters today, is to really celebrate the team, their victory, and what it means for the city. And you know what parade wouldn't be complete without the St. Aug High School band? Absolutely fabulous.
As they
Here
come through
they
right
come.
now. Hopefully they'll strike up the band here in just a second. We'll hear some music.
That's right. Let's listen in.
Back up, please. Back up, please. Back up, please.
All right, this is the Bacchus King float, and on this float, Drew Brees and Sean Payton.
Where's that trophy? We want to see it.
And you know, there's a lot of the Saints offensive line there as well. There's Chase Daniel, the third string quarterback, who's getting the ride of his life. Who's inactive most, if not all, Sundays. And 67, Jamar Nesbitt, backup offensive line. Jamal Brown, Zach Streif. I think Drew Brees is a smart man to have his offensive line on the float there with him.
I saw Chase Daniel perform and play in high school in Southlake, Texas. He was terrific.
They're good.
All right, the
Very
St.
good.
Aug band just moving out. And look who is moving in. Of course, we have the Clydesdales, Michael and Jessica talking about them earlier. Beautiful, beautiful, aren't they?
Horses are gorgeous.
They are,
just
for sure.
Shimmer and shine and
Just beautiful as they come through. And you know what? The crowd is actually going wild for these horses as well.
And
Just
look at the
great.
Dalmatian up there too.
Yes, and of course we've got the traditional beads being thrown. Looks like black and gold, of course, to celebrate the Saints. What else? I'll tell you what, take a look if you can see the Dalmatian up there.
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful sitting there. Such a well-trained dog,
Done up
too.
in red and green. We wish it was black and gold, but we'll take it any way we can.
Of course.
Over here, throw something.
And following the Clydesdales, of course, we've got the Brother Martin High School band as well coming down the street.
Starting off with the ROTC in the 4, and the band is back behind there. I'll tell you, we're seeing lots more turn in the corner up here. This parade is finally up to full steam and moving along.
That's true, and our first camera right there at the Dome has given us a sneak peek of some of the floats that are going to make their way right here down Loyola Avenue, and we can see the first float back there, and I believe it is the Endymion float. I can't wait for it to get
The
here.
Endymion Grand Marshal float,
Yes.
I believe, and that's the one that's going to have the Bensons on it.
Yes.
Tom Benson, his wife, and Rita Benson LeBlanc as well.
And you know what? There can't be anyone more excited and proud than Mr.
absolutely.
Benson today.
For so many years, he kept saying, we're going to get to the Super Bowl. One of these days, we're going to get to the Super Bowl. And finally, they not only got to the Super Bowl, they won the Super Bowl.
They won the Super Bowl, and now he can see what his team has done to rally the city.
In every way.
I don't know if you can hear that.
Over
flyby.
there of, it looks like Navy Reserve jets going through. Just got the crowd roaring there when they came by. Of course, the jets were roaring too.
Yes.
Couldn't hear there for just a moment. But here's the Brother Martin Band coming up. the Crusader Band.
Yes.
And they are playing
And
as they
here
pass.
they are. It's so great to have this young talent out here, and it's really a great way to showcase this young talent as well.
Yeah, it's amazing to see, and they got this parade together so hastily. It's not one of the very carefully crew parades that you see planned for Mardi Gras for months and months in advance. This was tossed together in the last 2 weeks, and so far it's run quite smoothly, I must say. Lots of very good entries, some good bands, good music. We've seen them pull it together quite well.
Yes. I mean, listen to these guys. They are so great. Of course, we would also like to thank Aaron Sales and Lee's Ownership for sponsoring our coverage of today's parade. Glad to have them be a part of it. And just behind the band, of course, we are getting our first sneak peek at the Endymion Grand Marshal float. And you see that? The
Yes.
Lombardi Trophy.
There it is. Well,
right there on top. And you know what? The players are starting to roll from the Superdome. So let's go back to Michael and Jessica for a peek at some of the players starting this parade.
Thank you, guys. You're watching the Saints Victory Parade on ABC 26 and NOLA 38 and streaming live on abc26.com. Of course, sponsored by Aaron's Sales and Lease Ownership.
12 floats in this parade.
Yes.
15 marching bands. And all of the Saints players and the whole Who Dat Nation.
The whole Who Dat Nation. But you know, even an estimate of 250,000 people, I think is a little conservative.
You're probably right.
Considering this this run in the playoffs and certainly this run this season and the Super Bowl victory. I mean, people have come from all over for the game and to celebrate in the city, and certainly come all over for this parade as well.
And there's Tom Benson and his wife Gail up at the top. Looks like I think that's Gail up there. Looks like she's having a lot of fun.
It looks like, and a replica of the Lombardi Trophy.
Replica of the Lombardi Trophy. If that's her float up there, she's got a pretty good arm. She's scoring it out pretty good there.
Yeah, it looks like, because I think I see Rita Benson with Blanca.
Yeah. And you know, I had a chance. Tom Benson hosted a breakfast for the media during Super Bowl week. I think it was Thursday morning. And he brought his wife over, and he says, he said, Ed, would you interview my wife? And I said, certainly. And we got to talking, and she's a very elegant and impressive lady.
Yeah.
And the thing that she said that really struck me is she said, when Endymion approached Tom, I told him he should do it. And so she's really kind of the driving force behind this thing. He's really, I don't want to call him a recluse, but even though he goes out and dances after games, I think he's a really private person.
He guards his privacy.
Guards his privacy very much so. And for him to come out and not only do this, but do the thing on Saturday, I think is definitely turning over a new leaf for him. And his bride is a person who really kind of spurred that on a little bit.
You did say this was a season of firsts.
I was about to say, a good bride tends to have that on a.
Well, you know what? Whether you like the influence or not, you're going to get the influence.
Yes,
but I'm so glad you two are aware of that.
Yeah.
But I think she's a very positive influence on him, and as like I said before, a very terrific lady, and I was very, very impressed by her. And I'm trying to, I know that's not Drew Brees in the number 9 jersey. Maybe that's Drew Brees 20 years from now. but that isn't Drew Brees now. But I think one of the things that to me impresses me about about what's done here today is you've got a lot of signature New Orleans bands and high schools as part of this group here. McDonough 35 is certainly is part of that. You know, they've had a terrific reputation as an educational institution over the years. Over there on Kellerick, not far from the Superdome. Maybe, I don't want to say a stone's throw, but a few miles away, down there near the French Quarter. And of course, they've had an outstanding football program for years. Wayne Reese is their head coach and has done a great job with them. So I really like the choice of bands here. And you know, not only are they quality, but I think the one thing they do is they're kind of signature New Orleans bands.
And there are the Saints. Let's see.
You know, they got to perform at the Super Bowl, and you know, those ladies work real hard, and for years I think they've kind of toiled in a little bit of obscurity down here because we didn't have a lot of great football teams, but they did a terrific job of entertaining at the Super Bowl, and I know those ladies got the ride of their lives. You know,
I guess we should say the secret is out now, huh?
Secret is out now, you know, and good for them.
Yes. This is the Warren Easton Band. Back to McDonough 35 now. We'll get to Warren Easton Band here in just a second. But let's listen to McDonough 35 if we can.
Well, the one thing we could say, not only for tonight, but it looks like the rest of the carnival season, it's going to be a chilly Mardi Gras.
It certainly is.
You know, I was looking at the long-term forecast, and I know Bruce is on, and Hank and our gang are certainly on top of that. But you know, on the weekends, it looks like we could have temperatures for highs in the 40s.
And it's been a cold winter, if you ask me.
Yeah, well,
for us here.
The one thing about our winter, though, is we're not suffering like the folks north of us.
No.
Because if they were having a victory parade in Indianapolis today, they probably wouldn't have one because they'd be snowed in. But thank goodness they aren't having one, and we are.
That was the reason they said that so many people did not show up at the airport.
Well, sure. You know, you're looking at blizzard conditions throughout the Midwest and up the East Coast. So
I don't know. I think our fans would have.
I don't think that would have stopped the people here.
I mean, maybe not 30,000, but there would have been thousands.
Yeah. We probably would have had a few more wrecks on the interstate, but they would have gotten there no matter what.
Tell you what, John and Jocelyn have the best view of this parade. Guys, are you enjoying the parade out there?
Yeah, you know what? We do have such a great view, and it's because we are all crowded into the street here. But you know what? People are absolutely going crazy, and you just heard it. Who is that? Drew Brees! Yeah. The crowd is getting ready to go nuts as the players come down. And they are half a block away, but already the folks realize exactly who is on this Bacchus King float.
Yes, there's actually a young lady pounding on my shoulders because she wants to be able to see.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yes, because everybody is now really filling into the street. People are jumping. Patrick, I don't know if you can get this over here. He is so focused on Drew Brees, but this lady is jumping up and down in the street.
You know, when this float gets right up alongside of us, I think the crowd noise is going to become absolutely deafening because it's already pretty loud up here.
I can only imagine. And what is great about this is the Bacchus King float is actually stopped just about half a block away. So it's really giving those folks down there a good look and a really good chance to celebrate the players. It's not as if, you know, they're going by quickly. They are letting fans really celebrate and live in this moment.
You know, it didn't take much, actually, because these fans were keyed up and ready to celebrate from the get-go. A lot of folks, we saw it here as early as 2 o'clock this afternoon, getting their places, and the crowd has just grown and grown and grown. This looks like about the size of a crowd you'd see for one of the Super Crews like Endymion or Bacchus. It is, however, compacted into a smaller area, into a smaller parade route.
Right.
Therefore, it just feels intensely crowded. It really is a lot of people packed into a very small space.
It really does. It feels